Look at you pretending to be tough with your army cosplay jacket and your quiet act." The man in the red leather jacket smirked as he towered over the booth in the crowded diner, his voice just loud enough to draw attention. A few heads turned. So did the little girl sitting beside the man being mocked, her father, a broad, quiet figure in a green field jacket that simply read Delta Force on the chest. He didn't move. He didn't respond. He just kept gently cutting his daughter's pancakes as if the insult didn't land. But that only made the bully bolder. "What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?" he pressed, stepping closer. "Or did you get discharged for crying too much?" The tension in the room thickened. Waitresses froze mid-step. A coffee mug paused in mid-air at the next table. The daughter's eyes widened, not with fear, but with a kind of watchful calm, as if this wasn't the first time she'd seen someone underestimate her father. Then the bully did it, a hard, open-handed slap across the vet's cheek. The sound cracked through the diner. Gasps followed. Plates rattled. A waitress nearly dropped her tray. The veteran didn't even blink. He just slowly set down the fork, wiped his daughter's mouth gently with a napkin, and stood. He was calm. Controlled. But the air around him shifted like a storm rolling in. The red-jacketed man's smirk faltered slightly. That's when the girl, maybe 6 years old, reached for her father's wrist, wrapping her tiny fingers around a tattoo barely visible beneath his rolled-up sleeve, a black triangle with a sword through it, the unmistakable mark of Delta Force. Her eyes never left the bully as she said softly, "Daddy, are you going to teach him what it means again?" The room fell deathly silent. The bully blinked. "What? What tattoo?" he stammered, trying to laugh. The veteran pulled back the sleeve calmly, revealing the full ink, the unmistakable operator mark, worn only by those who'd been behind more enemy lines than most soldiers could even imagine. The red-jacketed man stepped back instinctively. "Wait a sec, you're military?" The vet finally spoke. "Retired Master Sergeant, 1st SFODD. 2 decades of operations. I was teaching combat before you learned how to zip a jacket." Now the bully's bravado drained like color from his face. He glanced around. People were staring. No one was coming to his defense. The waitresses had stopped pretending to clean and were just watching now. The vet stepped closer. Not to fight, but to let his presence speak for itself. "You think quiet means weak?" he said. "You think being a father makes me soft? You don't slap a man like me. Not because I'll hit you back, but because you'll never understand what it took to walk away." The bully stuttered. "I didn't know. Man, I thought you were just—" "You didn't think," the vet interrupted. "You judged. That's the problem." He turned to his daughter. "Ready to go, sweetheart?" She nodded with a proud little grin. He picked up the check, dropped cash on the table, and nodded to the stunned waitress. "Thank you. Food was great." He walked past the bully, who still hadn't moved, but as he reached the door, he paused, looked over his shoulder, and added, "Try respecting people before you regret it." And then he was gone, the bell above the diner door chiming softly behind him. The diner slowly came back to life, but everything had changed. People murmured. The waitress walked up to the man, still frozen in place. "That guy?" she said. "He's a legend. Lost half his team in Kandahar and still carried 3 wounded men out on foot. He never talks about it, just raises his daughter and minds his own business." The bully sank into a booth, face flushed, realizing too late who he had just slapped. Because some men don't need to raise their voices. Their scars do the talking. And some heroes don't wear medals around their neck, they wear a child's smile and a silence earned in fire. Before we finish, comment below and tell us where you're watching from. We love hearing from our global family. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your feelings in the comments.